we're recording.
All right, yeah. So when my kids found out that there was a new video with the new song and my daughter got upset because she couldn't react to it, I said, absolutely not.
Yeah, Ice Nine Kills is not for the kids.
Well,
It is
they
not for
are,
kids.
just
No,
not the
they're
music
not.
videos.
Perfect.
It's great, yeah. Raise them right, man. Raise them right.
Raise them
I'm
terrified.
not sure it's for me, man.
Yeah.
That shit was tough to make.
Surely
Yeah.
being on the other side of it, that desensitizes you to it a little bit.
You would think. So
I'm still
yeah, I
scared.
mean, we talked about this before. I think I do all the sound design for the
Yeah.
videos, and that, that scene was pretty traumatizing for me to
Sure.
Yeah.
rubbing balloons together in my studio, making noises of fisting sounds.
Weirdly, Johnny does that too, but
Yeah.
just for no reason. Just for
Yeah,
himself.
and without the balloons, like it's,
How to ruin an interview.
oh
instantly.
yeah, I'm sorry. You guys were gaining such traction in Australia, and now it's just gonna plummet.
The response is pretty overwhelming though. Like, as we talked about the first time we chatted, I never came from the horror side of things because it scares me.
Yeah.
But it seems to be just overwhelmingly positive. All the response I see, no one's on there being like, "Oh, too much."
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's just like, "Give it to us."
Yeah, man. I mean, I was not I've always liked horror shit. The gory stuff is hard for me.
Oh, I'm the opposite.
Oh, really?
I can handle the gore.
See, it's the gory stuff that it gets a little tricky for me, but I wasn't super involved in the scene before I was really
Okay.
playing with the band. And now that I'm completely immersed in it, it is the most supportive,
Yeah.
coolest community. The fans are awesome. The the actors who are now our acquaintances and friends
Yeah,
are
yeah.
so fucking cool, really supportive. They love the band. They a lot of cross promotion stuff.
Yeah,
it's
sick.
just a great community. In the horror convention we do, all those people come out. It's just awesome. It's really tight knit.
It's so cool as well because, like you said, the crossover and getting, such well-renowned horror actors to
Yeah.
actually be a part in music videos, and it's when I first, found out that you guys were starting to do the horror movie crossover with the metal, I was just like, I'm not sure if this is going to work for me. Is it going to be gimmicky? And then when you hear it and you see the way it's represented visually from the get-go, you guys, it wasn't even a soft launch into trialing this. It was from the very first time you did it. It was spot on. And the creation, the story, the quality of the music videos, it's all cinema quality, man, and it just gets better and better, and I will also say more and more fucked up, which is pretty cool too. So.
I'll give credit where credit is due. Spencer is so devoted and such a huge fan of, the genre and the movies, and he studies them, man.
Yeah.
He really appreciates the art of that stuff. Some of it, to be honest with you, a lot of it is even over my head, and I don't even know it until he
What am I
points it
making a
out.
sound effect for?
But he's so devoted, and he's such he's not just it's not a gimmick to him, this is who he is, and the fact that he was able to combine his two favorite things into this entity that is now fairly successful.
Yeah.
It's really inspiring, and it's really just cool to be a part of.
Is there any part of you that goes we're pushing the boundaries of it each time? Do we need to
Every day, man.
But do we need to take a break from it? Because it is something that was does it have legs to continue on? And are you worried about being too pigeonholed?
I think every now and then it crosses my mind, but then you go online or something, and there's the kids are just. There's no. I always think we're gonna run out of movies, and then all of a sudden people are tweeting at me,
Yeah. Have you seen this
all
movie?
these movies they
Yeah,
want,
yeah.
and so I don't really worry about it
Yeah,
that much
cool.
anymore. I do think it would be cool to venture into other territory. I love
Like romance.
yeah, drama romance.
someone doesn't
we'll
get
do a
killed.
ghost one, but we'll really act out the pottery scene in the video.
Man, think of the Foley for that.
But no, I mean, I think it'd be cool to venture into cult movies or
yeah.
stuff that would be. It's still kind of the same market, but not direct slasher horror stuff.
Yeah.
But personally for me as a songwriter, it's really refreshing to write music based on something else and try to figure out how to take the iconic scene from the shower scene or from Psycho or from Pet Sematary when gets hit by the
Yeah.
truck. It's like, how do we make that musical and obvious?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
And also
you know?
representative of you guys and the film, but also not kind of, you don't want to come across cliche or
No,
corny or.
and well, you know, sometimes we do. You know, like there's definitely like campiness to our stuff. And we're, you know, we're serious, but we're not too serious.
Yeah,
you know?
that's been
But
a
I
part
feel
of
like that's
horror.
horror. Yeah, that's
Right,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, it's
And I
playing
think
all
the
that.
people that don't get it initially, like, don't really understand that. And
Sure.
I was probably one of those people, like, from a distance before I, like, really embedded myself in it. Like, I've always been a fan. I've loved the music. But until I really, like, immersed myself in the horror world, that's when it, like, all clicked. And it was like, this is actually, like, it's so cool. Like, I can understand why people...
Yeah, why they.
It must be kind of fun to play on this, but particularly when you like for like the heaviness of the music. I played one of my best mates. We trained the other day, and I was saying the plans for the week. I was like, I'll play what we're listening to. He does not listen to heavy music,
Uh-huh.
but I put on, and that the line was like, "Puts the lotion in the basket," super heavy. And he was like, "Oh, that works so well." I was like, "That's cool to like have these little like moments that people
Right.
who watch the movies will understand, and then see the way it becomes like heavier."
Yeah.
That's a really cool thing. It must be really fun to be creative and be like, "Oh, that's gonna have
Exactly,
impact."
man. That
it's
is
such a
cool.
gateway as well now to, like, you know, horror fans finding more heavy music and heavy music fans finding horror
Definitely.
and vice versa. It's so
Definitely. It's interesting to see at like our headline shows, you know, now we have like families coming out, like big families in because they're all like fans of horror. Like they're not primarily metal fans.
Yeah.
They're movie fans.
Yeah.
That have become fans of our band from that. So it's definitely interesting like how they intersect and
And then you've got me, who's not a fan of the horror, but I like you guys.
yeah,
So
it's
I'll
like
come along
me
for
in the
that.
band
Yeah.
who doesn't like when people are getting disemboweled on screens, and then we do it on stage. So
How much time do you have to spend watching that over, creating the noises for it though?
okay.
I can't believe that it hasn't desensitized
There
you.
are moments where like someone was filming me in my studio work on it for a while, and I didn't know they were filming me, and I was like working really hard on this one spot. I think it was in the funeral derangements video. Maybe, I don't remember what exactly the actual sound effect was, but it was some gross like stabbing or who knows. And you know, I was getting all technical and like nerdy with like gear and everything, and then I watch it back and you could just see my face being like, oh my
Yeah.
no,
I am disgusting.
I'm not. I need 10 minutes away.
Dude, I was like that when I saw Terrifier 3 because I love the first two.
I'm gonna see it tomorrow.
Dude, there was
I haven't
like
seen it. I won't
there
see
was
it.
moments where I'm just sitting there and I'm going, this scene is still going and I'm very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's the point, and they do
It
that
is.
really well.
I love that character so much too.
He's
though.
incredible.
He's hilarious.
He's incredible.
And David Howard Thornton, who plays him, is such a awesome dude.
Yeah,
like he,
yeah.
You know, he's great.
I gotta say, man, I absolutely loved as well the sort of more behind the scenes footage you guys were putting up of creating that music video, and that one where he's just kind of standing there dressed as art, just being himself out of a conversation with someone. It's so weird.
I
It's
know.
like conflicting. You see, like,
Yeah.
My
It's still
favorite was
creepy.
watching him. I just have this. It will never leave my mind. Visual of him picking food out of the catering tray in the Art the Clown costume.
It's just like, when's someone's gonna die soon,
It's
right?
so
Yeah.
good, man. It's so good.
It must be nice, as you said, like having that like acceptance from the community and being put into that. Do you ever feel pressure to be like, oh, there's an extra expectation on us now? Like we've got the actual like character that's in the music video.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
we
we don't
want to
shoot the
make
bed on this.
right. Yeah, like we want to make sure we service whatever franchise it is.
Yeah.
Like well, you know, like we don't want to embarrass ourselves and make the franchise look stupid
Yeah.
too. So, like definitely, and it, particularly even for like the work of art song, like a work of art, when we have art actually in the video,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like we want to make sure like his actions make sense with the music, and it's not gonna. It doesn't change the character from the movie to the video, right? Like
Yeah.
it has to be uniform and all that stuff. So yeah, definitely. Like there is a little bit of pressure, but it's also like an exciting challenge. To
Yeah,
kinda do that
I mean,
stuff,
it's
you
like
know?
it's a rite of passage. You've earned your way into it. So
Right.
it's- I guess you wouldn't be given the opportunity if they didn't think you weren't going to be able to like,
Yeah.
do something with
Yeah.
it.
Now-
I want to talk on this tour.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. First show last night
Yeah.
of the tour. It's been a hot minute since you guys have been here. We
Yeah, I
almost
think it was
got you a year or so
2019.
ago. You were supposed to come back.
We were.
Yeah, there was a
Yes, you were.
There was
A festival that didn't
that
go
was-
ahead.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was meant to happen, and so maybe that's why it didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't even know about it. You were saying that the response last night was really good.
Yeah,
and this
it
is
was
giving you
great.
a good indication of how you've been received here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was 2019 last time we were here. Was Good Things Festival, and even then, I remember, and we had never been here at that point. It was pretty. I was blown away.
Yeah.
By, like, I didn't think people were going to be singing along like they were, and last night was, oh my God, man! It was like one of the loudest crowds we've played for in a long time. So
Brisbane tends to go off now as well. Those crowds, they tend to go real hard. I'm hoping you get the same thing here in Sydney, because Sydney, if you're watching this, it tends to be like the quietest,
Is that
least
what it is?
impressive
Yeah.
city in Australia.
Well,
at
it's
the
right
moment.
between like Melbourne and Brisbane, so it's kind of like the awkward middle child.
okay,
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
We'll see. A couple hours from now.
Finally want to find out. But you've got 2 shows in Sydney, so it's,
That's right. Yeah, we do.
it's-
Is
Day off
one
tomorrow
is
as
a
well.
smaller? It's like a intimate
Yes.
show, right?
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause
because
they
there's a
couldn't get the
festival
venue.
here tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so yeah, there's like Periphery and Coheed and stuff are playing here tomorrow. You should come. You got the day
Oh,
off.
I'm going.
tomorrow.
I am 100%. I love
Great.
Coheed.
Yeah, let's do. Let's do.
I want to go.
Let's do.
Yeah, definitely will go.
So if you don't go to the festival though, how you plan on spending your day off?
I'm going to the festival.
Okay, well,
Well, there we go. We've answered that question.
I'm going on a boat tomorrow, I think.
nice.
So we got
Ooh.
invited on like a little harbor cruise.
Yeah, sick.
Might do
Sweet.
some swimming. I don't
Hopefully you get
usually
another day like
plan
today.
too much. Yeah, it's a nice day.
This is ideal.
I don't plan too much on days off. I like to eat local stuff and see what's good around. And,
Okay.
yeah.
So you don't feel pressured to use your time like wisely and be like, I'm in another country, I need to fit as much as I can in.
I do sometimes. Like, I definitely do here more than a lot of the other places we've gone. But
Yeah.
after a certain while, like, I don't know how many days we've been on tour this year. It's been a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
And it's hard to, like, as much as I want to, I don't know if I can really go do something every day.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, I always make a point to go see some stuff. I like walking a lot, so I'll just kind of go.
Sydney's a good spot to like do the walk and do the tourist things, because I think that anyway people travel. I've said it before. They're touristy for a reason. Like,
Yeah.
There's a reason people go and look
Yeah,
at those
yeah.
things, because they're
Yeah.
good to look at.
Right.
You got to do a little bit of that.
Right.
But-
And I went on a walk today and I realised this is probably pretty bad that I'd never walked through Hyde Park before.
yeah, that is bad. You're a terrible Australian.
Thank you.
We're
Very
judging
It's
you.
Hyde Park.
You wouldn't walk through it. It's in the city,
nice.
but it's but like.
Wait, is this
it's
where
not-
the F1 track is?
No, that's Melbourne. That's Melbourne.
Okay, I'm
There's
excited
also
for that.
Yeah, that's the problem. We got the same as everywhere in England. We just stole all their names and put them around Australia.
I mean, that's where I'm from, New England.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's where I'm from.
We're stealing everything.
Now, I want to ask you about the Metallica shows.
Yeah, yeah.
These bands, like obviously bands like Metallica, Maiden, Priest, they're all, got the super militant fans.
Yeah.
We were even at the Iron Maiden show recently, and Killswitch with the support.
Oh, that's awesome.
Dude, it
What a
works,
show.
right? It makes sense,
Yeah.
right? There were people that were just not liking Killswitch at all. Like,
Really?
why are they playing? Like, this is horrible. And it's
Literally, the people that were sitting behind us, they went off to get like a drink in the break, and I sat there by myself, and these dudes were like, "That was rubbish."
Oh, come on.
doesn't make sense, right? How were you guys received, and how did that go down?
I haven't really seen any of that with us, to be honest. It's
Cool.
been really cool. Like, we had heard stories a little bit that sometimes the openers for, like, not specifically even just Metallica, but just like big stadium shows, like where people aren't like, avid concert goers. This is
Yeah.
like their one thing a year. They're not super kind to the openers.
yeah.
But it's been great.
I'm 65 years old. I didn't come here for this shit.
It's been
I've
really
heard you
cool.
say that
And-
exact sentence before.
that's my sentiment on a lot of things. But I think a lot of it is, what is cool is we're very, very fresh to these crowds.
Yeah,
that are like, especially like the older crowds, like
Yeah.
fans of Metallica for the past 40 years probably haven't gotten exposed to too much metalcore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
good point.
So when we go on, we're like the heaviest thing they've ever heard.
Yeah.
Right?
And you play up on that.
Yeah, and I think that's
100%,
cool. Like,
yeah.
we're up there doing like low screams and stuff, and that's, I don't know how many times they've heard stuff like that. Right?
Yeah.
So that's been a lot of the reception. Has been like, damn, that was fucking heavy and sick. Like, we've definitely seen a lot of positive,
Cool.
That's awesome.
stuff from those tours, and we're blessed to have been doing it for so long with those guys.
Yeah,
now,
fuck
so,
yeah.
We're not going to hold you up because there's a whole line of people here waiting to see you
they're all
guys.
I'm
See
happy
you,
to
man.
stick here as
So-
long as you want.
Save me.
He doesn't mean that. He's super excited to meet all. There's people watching. Goes, oh, I was in that fucking line. Fuck this guy, man.
Okay, I want to talk about this side of things. Because you're a fairly outgoing person, very friendly. How do you deal with the people who come up with all the excitement to see you and then don't know what to say?
That's a good question. I am admittedly awkward with fans sometimes because
Okay.
I never know what to say. Because I'm like, I am uncomfortable with people wanting to meet me just because I'm doing something.
Yeah, sure.
It's awesome. Like
Yeah.
I'm thankful for it, and I love talking to people. But like, you know, when someone comes up and is like, what's your favorite like kill scene? And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I
guess
can-
when there's like a cult thing that they're following you for too, that they can tie to.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't really experienced too many fans that haven't had something to
Yeah,
talk
okay,
about.
cool.
To be
Yeah.
honest, like people usually come up, and our fans are awesome. Like
Yeah.
they are so connected to, again, like the genre.
Look at
and
the people walking
and
around with blood splatters all over them.
Yeah,
Oh,
man,
yeah.
it's cool. Like they
Yeah.
show up for these things.
This is
and-
like a fucking Kiss concert, man. Everyone's dressed the part. Have you had any of the awkward, like when someone will come up to up to meet you or whatever at the VIPs, you go, "Hey man, how you going?" And he goes, like, just says his name, just goes, "Jason," and you're just like, just see him just sink into himself, going, "Oh, I've ruined it."
Oh yeah. We have one of our favorite things to do is when people come to VIP and they look like they're gonna cry, we just start chanting "cry." So we try
Johnny
to
does that with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Very insensitive.
we lean into the awkwardness quite a bit.
That's awesome, though, man. All right, now, like we touched on this earlier, but hopefully this is a little bit of a testing of the waters for Ice Nine Kills to come back on a headline run. Hopefully you guys are going to try and put that in motion.
I mean, I would love to.
If you want to kill Johnny on stage, we will make that happen.
I think that could work out.
I will help.
I'll run out there right now and you can actually kill me.
I think we could work that out. We are going to work in some of your sounds into some sound design. for
We
the
are,
next one.
we are.
I don't like that. I didn't agree to this.
We're going to need like 10 minutes of just like, I don't know, mouth squishing sounds.
I can do some mouth squishing, yeah. It's basically just
We
me
know.
eating.
Yeah.
That'll work,
Just get like close mic of you eating something like watermelon, something wet.
slurping
you know?
custard out of a bowl. or
Yeah,
something,
yeah.
Something really gross.
Honestly, that would work. It would work. I can make
you
that
know,
work.
Yeah, the problem is you can make it work.
Yeah.
It's not you. It's him making it work. But I don't like it. I want to go back to before we mentioned Coheed, and you like that excited you. What's one album that you would like to see played front to back? One album. It can
Okay.
be a band that's alive or dead.
Okay. This is not gonna. This is probably a weird answer, but
You're going to be judged on this.
yeah. Well, get ready. Yourself or Someone Like You by Matchbox 20.
First band I ever saw live.
For real?
First band I ever
Hell
saw
yeah,
live.
dude.
Yeah, love
That
Matchbox.
That
album?
album slaps front to back.
It is so
Like,
good. This is one of my first shows too. I saw them
Wow.
And you
with
were
Train
friends.
back in
Oh,
the day.
Train,
Yeah.
Drops
I
of
listened
Jupiter.
to Train the other
Hidden
Drops of
day.
Gems.
Jupiter is like one of the
Yeah.
best songs ever written.
Near Virginia? Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, so that would be one. I would love to see like, I don't know, Jane Doe by Converge
Yeah.
would be cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or Wake the Dead, Comeback Kid. They
They
just
just
announced it.
that, yeah.
I'm gonna try to fly out to. I think
Do
it's
it.
in Winnipeg. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's somewhere cold.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm
Worth it.
gonna ask a little bit of a harder one then. Give me your supergroup.
Ooh.
Create, drummer, bass, guitar, vocals. I want to hear who would make up
Oh
your supergroup.
man, do I have to be in it?
No, you don't have to. You
Okay,
can manage
good.
the
I
band.
wouldn't be in it.
Yeah.
Supergroup. Fuck, that's tough.
Yeah, it is
Okay,
hard.
okay. I think I want it to be all people I really like
Yeah,
as
great.
people
Yeah,
too.
good. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so I would put Donovan Malero as vocals. He's a singer of Hail the Sun.
Sure.
I would put. Ooh, man, this is tough.
Yeah,
I
you've never
kinda
asked this
wanna
question
put-
before, and
I
it's-
kind of want to put Miles, our guitarist,
Do it, yeah,
on lead
go on.
guitar. He's like one of the best guitarists I've ever
Great.
seen.
Miles.
Phil from Story of the Year. That dude's got
Yeah.
pipes
Yeah.
and he can play great.
Yeah, he can
and he's a
play, yeah.
great performer.
Yeah.
And he's a sweetheart.
Yeah, yep. Maybe like, I don't know what this band's gonna sound like because I'm not really thinking about that. But like Kenny Vasoli from the Starting Line would be cool singing.
Damn.
And also plays bass.
And
He
also
can be
plays
bass.
bass.
Yeah,
Yeah, there we
yeah,
go.
there you
That's
go.
everything. Oh wait, we need a drummer. We need a drummer.
You get a drum machine.
You're not having a drum machine. Pick a drummer.
Yeah, drum machine. Drummer. Let's go with. Maybe. Let's go David Puckett from We Came as Romans.
Okay.
Wow, all right.
Yeah. Great drummer,
it's
awesome
a very
dude.
beer-centric lineup.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's yeah. I just want to watch people I love play
And they just
stuff.
play Taylor Swift covers.
What's the band name?
David
Joe My
Puckett
God.
Drum Experience.
Oh, okay. I thought if you were managing the band, you were going to be a little bit more like selfish.
No. Oh, Joe's group?
Joe, my God.
Joe, my God's good.
Well, dude, it's a pleasure to finally actually meet
Oh,
in the
yeah,
flesh.
dude, this has been
We've
great.
been chit-chatting for a while now, and we've had you on before. We're just absolutely, legitimately fucking stoked to get
It's gonna be fun.
to get to see you play. I was honestly I was saying this to Amy before, like, I don't know whether I should try and FaceTime the kids while they're away and get a little hello or whatever, or if it'll make things worse.
Yeah,
So
rub
I
it
think
in
I'm
their
just gonna
faces.
Get them some t-shirts.
We can shoot a video for them. You can show them later if you want or something.
Yeah, when they get home from holidays.
Yeah,
otherwise, if
so
it
you don't
ruins
have
the
to do
holiday,
it.
yeah.
Right.
That'd be great.
But we'll get you some
You
stuff.
don't know, that doesn't matter. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Apparently, Bali is not as good as ice blankets.
I have heard that. tell all your friends.
Thank you so much. It's
Oh,
a
thank
pleasure.
you guys.
We're genuinely
It's been great.
excited to see you guys play tonight.
It's gonna be fun, man. Thanks
you
for
enjoyed it.
having me.
We did it.
Yay.